Hi everyone. Hopefully you can hear me and see me straight and not sideways like my very first video. So this is my very first redo of my video So hopefully this way I have it going the right way at least, and you don't have to look at my head the whole time. So I thankfully, thanks to Sandra, was able to delete the first video because it was kind of sad. But anyway, let's get started. So I'm Jennifer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Guelph, Ontario, Canada. And I'm going to start doing weekly videos, so a Sunday share. So every Sunday I'm going to come live and I'm going to share a project that I've been working on in the week, and hope that you enjoy it. So today we're going to look at the Spooktacular Bash bundle, and we're going to look. I'll show you some of the paper. So this is in the brand new 2019 holiday catalog. You can see it on page 53, the whole bundle. So what we're going to work with today is the Spooktacular Bash stamp set, the ornate frames, and let me tell you, these frames are gorgeous. So here they are. They're kind of a mess because I've been really using them. I've been using them not just on Halloween products. They're very versatile and absolutely gorgeous. Like, these are just beautiful to have any sentiment in. Okay, so we're going to be using those. I'll just move them out of the way. We're going to be using the DSP and the stylus scroll. So those are the products today that we're going to be using out of this bundle. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be making this cute card. Now, I am not much of a Halloween person, but this is a card that I fell in love with. I had so much fun doing this, so hopefully you will enjoy it too. We did it for our blog hop today, for the Stamping Symphony blog hop. So if you want to check out the blog hop for our group, you can check out my blog here, and it will connect to all the other talented ladies in the group. So okay, let's get started. So we're going to be working on this one. So what we need first is, well, actually first let me show you the DSP before we get started. So in this pack of DSP you get 12 sheets. So you get 6 different designs and 2 of each design. So this one you can see I've done a lot of fussy cutting out of for the card. But so this one has all kinds of cute little gross scary jars full of concoctions with a really nice background on the back. Here's a nice background of spider webs and some really cute mummies and vampires and what have you on this one. Okay, this is the same sheet because I messed up. Okay, here's some books with all different magic potion making for dummies and the magic art of frightening up. So some really cool books there, together with some nice background paper, some more of that, which I already showed you. Okay, some haunted houses, and I'm not sure exactly what this is. It looks kind of like a neat clue board, but anyway, I'm sure I'll find something creative to do with that. And then here's some neat bats with some more squirrels. And then this one, look at this. So there's all these little characters, and Stampin' Up has done it again. You can actually use your framelits to cut these guys out. How cool is that? And we've, on the cards that I showed you, the one that we're doing tonight, I'm actually going to show you stamping, but the other ones, I cut them right out. And then the back of that is something that would be really cool for a good scrapbooking page. All right, so that's the paper. So let's get started. So what do we need? Okay, so the front of the card. So I'm going to put the card up here in the corner so we can look at it. So the front of the card, we need to cut out a piece of black paper that is 6 by 4 1/4. Okay, So it's 6 by 4 1/4. I've taken the third largest of the rectangle dies and cut out a frame. Now I purposely left it thicker at the bottom, centered it along the sides, but left it thicker at the bottom for our sentiment. Okay. And then I scored at 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, and that's going to be folded down. So that's going to be the front of our card. The back of our card is also basic black, and it's a piece that's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then I've scored each side at 1/4 inch. Okay, and those get folded up so that the back of our card and the front of our card actually goes together like this, and it makes a little box. Okay. So for the inside, I did something that I wanted to make it look kind of like wallpaper. So I took a crushed curry piece of paper that is 4 and 4 by 7/8. So you want it just to be a little bit smaller so it doesn't interfere with the tabs coming up on the sides. So that's 4 by 4 and 7/8. And you can use either side of the paper. I'm gonna glue this side down. So let's just do that now before we get any further. Okay, so I'm using my Tombow there, and I will stick it in. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is going to be hidden by a frame. Okay, and just push it down. There we go. So that's our first piece assembled. Way to go. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to fussy cut some books from our DSP. So this is straight from the DSP. And we want to make sure that it will fit on the inside of our frame, just like this, without again interfering with the folding up. Okay, so you can see this one, I didn't like, the books were all the same height and I didn't like that. So I actually cut the DSP and then glued it down so it's the right length so that I can get a little bit difference in the heights. Okay, so I actually cut off the top of the books from there. I just wanted a little bit of variation in the height there. Gonna get rid of this piece of sticky there. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to place the books so that they're a good height up, right? So we want to be able to see them peeking up, but we don't want them taking up our whole frame. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put a little bit of Tombow on the side here, on the bottom. You don't need a lot of this glue. This glue is really good glue. If you put too much on, it makes a big mess. Okay, kind of like I'm making right here. You don't want that much glue. All right, so now I'm going to be all sticky. So let's stick it together, and then because you have a little bit of time that you can wiggle with it to get it the exact height that you want. So I think that looks good. All right, so that's my first layer. So now what I want to do is I have already pre-stamped these, if I can actually find where I put them. Uh-oh, my desk is a mess. Here we go. So I pre-stamped these guys. Aren't they cute? A little mummy and a vampire. I haven't glued them down yet. And these are, again, the frames from the ornate frames. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh. All right, so I kind of like them right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them together. I'm not going to glue them on right this second because I want to make sure that I get my jars in the right spot. So let's just stick those on. Okay, and let's glue this one back down. All right, so I haven't really figured out this live video yet, so I cannot see who has joined me. So if you're making comments, I apologize. I will figure it out and I will respond. It just may not be while I'm here live. All right, so those guys we can sit kind of right there. So now what we want to do is we want to make, as you can see here, the little shelf with our cool jars. So what I've done is just cut a little scrap strip of paper, and I'm going to stick this in here. And this is what I'm going to stick my jars on. Okay, it just gives me a little bit of depth. Now you can see that it's at the same height as my base, which means when I put my books on it, there's not going to be any difference in dimension here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down in a little bit so that it's not as high up in, oh, now I'm not going to have any glue on that one because I just took off my sticky tape. Same with there. All right, so we're going to place this where we want it. All right, based on where our books are going to be. So we don't really want to see too much of this black strip, but we do want it so that the jars will be sitting above. So as you can see here, I fussy cut a whole bunch of jars, and we're going to be sticking them in different places along here. Oh, what happened to my book there? I'm going to have to cut this off. Look at that. That is not supposed to be there. All right. And actually, I'm going to give this one a little trim here too, just so that we have a nicer look. Okay. So I think that's about a pretty good height for my jars. So what I'm going to do is, because I destroyed basically my sticky tape here, I'm going to put some Tombow on here. So just a little bit here. Okay, and eyeballing it, I think I had it about here. I'm going to stick this on. Okay, let it adhere a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And let it adhere. Make sure it's kind of straight. Although it wouldn't be, it would be something I would do is put up a crooked shelf. All right, so we're just going to let that dry for a second. Oh, there they go. All right, so I can actually glue these ones down. That's not going to stick. Let's push that down. Hold it for a second. There we go. All right. So a little bit more Tombow, and we'll put the mummy on. My hands are all sticky now. A bit more Tombow. Put the vampire on. All right, how cute is that? Okay, so now we basically just want to put some of these jars that we've cut out, fussy cut. So for those of you that don't like fussy cutting, this is not the card for you. And we're just going to stack them in different areas just to fill up the extra layer there. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to put these in that approximate area there. So just a little bit of glue. Let's, hopefully I'm not covering up the camera like I did last time. A little bit of glue there, stick it on, hold it, a little bit of glue. Okay. You could use dimensionals and just stick these here without the little bit of strip of paper. I just thought it was a little bit easier to get things positioned. See, that's no good. You can't see it there. So I'm going to actually take this apart, and I'm going to glue it on the front of my books, just so that I can see enough of it, because I put the black strip down too low. I should have put these larger jars over here and these smaller jars down here where the books weren't as high, but I forgot. That's okay. We can fix it. There's no mistakes in stamping. It's just an opportunity for creativity. One more. That's probably enough of these creepy jars. Of course, my fingers are now totally covered in glue. So everything is sticking to me. All right. So how's that? That looks pretty good. Not too bad. So let's stick it all together. So have you noticed, other than these guys here, we have not stamped yet. Now I stamped those before, so you didn't have to see me struggling on camera for my first time stamping. Eventually I will get there. So make sure that our books are the right way around. And then what we want to do is we just want to line this up so it's nice and square. Okay, so start at the bottom, put that together, bring it up to the top. I really need to get new glasses. I can't see that straight. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this and I'm not in your way. All right, now we flip it over and we do the same thing. So line up this end here. We'll line up the bottom. Now it's really important that the bottom is square so your card will stand up. All right, and there you go. Isn't that cute? So here you can either use ones from the DSP or ones that we've stamped. You could even color those if you wish. Here's some other ones using the DSP. Okay, so Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Bride. And ew, look at that frog. So that's the other one. So now all we have is the sentiment. So this is a sentiment from the stamp set. I just stamped it in Momentum. And now we're going to glue it on, if I can not have it glue on everything, because I got so much glue everywhere right now. What a mess. But that's okay. All right, and we stick it on. Now, if you want to write a note to your friend that you're giving this to, obviously there's no space here where we can really write. So all you do is adhere a piece of Whisper White cardstock at the back there and write your note. You're going to write your note before you adhere it to the back, but there you go. You can adhere it. And then this, I'm a little bit nervous to do it because it's all wet, but you can just bend it down like this. It folds flat and it fits into a regular size envelope. So there you go. Isn't this cool? So this fold of a card is called a diorama card. So it's diorama. And you can do different scenes in it. It's really cool. I've done another one using this fold for snowman, which I'll show you at a later date. I just wanted to give credit to the person that I learned this technique from. I watched a YouTube video that she had done for W+9 Design, and that was on YouTube. So W+9 Design on YouTube. Thank you very much for the video that taught me how to do this, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching my very first video redo today. So hopefully it's going the right way. If you want to check out my blog, you can do so at stampingjen.blogspot.com. If you want to purchase any of the materials that we used today, you can go to my online store at jenniferkirk@stampingup.net, which is down here. And please, if you do make a purchase, use the host code that's provided there. So thank you very much. I'm going to be doing this again next Sunday afternoon, and I will be showcasing another product that I have worked on over the week. And I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this really cool diorama card, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. Bye.